Impossible. How could you do that? How could you possibly even think about that? Wow. Hello, dear friends. Have you used this word impossible? Of course, it's such a common word and you would have, right? But tell me, how do you use it? Do you say, it's impossible, I just can't do it? Or, hey, that's impossible, how could you do that? It's amazing. Could you feel that there is a difference in these two usages of impossible? Let me tell you one thing. I want you to imagine that you are on a vacation with your friends to an awesome place. And there, one of your friends who is quite adventurous, he wants to try zip lining. That will be his first experience and he's of course scared, but yet he wants to try. And he goes with full enthusiasm and he returns with an amazing energy. He shares and it was so good. He felt awesome during that zip lining. And as you know that energies are contagious, some of the other friends, they also tried zip lining just because his energy pushed them to just go for it as a simple try. However, there was one friend who was very skeptical. He was like, I'm not going to go for it. I know something wrong will happen, and if something fatal happens, then what? If something wrong happens, then what? Like, he had many reasons to tell that he would not go for zip lining. His friends told them that, see, all of us have tried and it was an amazing experience. You should also have that experience. Just go for it. But no, he was very adamant and he was like, no, I'll not try. And he could not have that experience of how it feels to be on that zip liner. Could you relate to this story? What about your wishes? What is your outlook towards fulfilling your dreams? Do you say that it's impossible, I cannot do it? How can I do it? That is just not me. I'll not be able to manage it. Do you use such terminologies? Or do you behave like that friend who did not try that zip lining? Do you also block yourself that no, I cannot? And do you stop like that? Allow me to quote John Keats. Impossible is for the unwilling. Impossible is for the unwilling. What does that mean? Hard work and determination are the key to success? Yes, of course they are. But you've got to have that will to try something that you have never done before. And the ones who have reasons and excuses, for them things will remain impossible just because they don't have that will to go for it. And I would say that will, which I like to call as the strong desire. You got to have that strong desire that will push you, that will pull you, that will make you try, work, dream, and give something that has never been given by you. That is what I call a strong desire. Of course, willpower is not something that you can completely rely upon. But this strong desire, this will, is the first step that will always help you to at least move from that first place, point zero, to some point. And later on, in the later future cases, you will need many other things which will catalyze your journey towards your dream. For example, consistency, focus, and concentration, all of that will be needed, but for the first time, from that point zero, you got to have that strong desire. How do you think legends created an empire from scratch? It is all because of that strong desire. Once you start walking on, and later on you will be fueled with the required things and that attitude, that consistency, that hard work, you will be able to do that. You will be able to fuel in that accordingly. But for the first step, that is the strong desire, that is the utmost requirement. I want you to answer 3 questions very honestly. The first question is, what do you want for yourself? What is it that you are willing to go to an extent that you have never been to before? The second question is that how are you going to do it? And that is like, what will be your action plan towards it? And the third question will be, why? Why will you do it? Even after facing all those failures. I want you to answer these 3 questions and place them somewhere where you can have a look every day. These 3 questions, these 3 answers will be your fuel towards that desire to go for your dreams, to work, to be consistent, to push yourself to the next step. Because unwilling people, they will always find some or the other reason for not doing things. And when you know what you want, when you know why, when you know how, I can guarantee you that you can achieve something that you have just dreamt of. Because the word impossible exists only for the unwilling. For example, if you ask me to enter the fashion industry and do something amazing, something absolutely different, I'll say no, it's impossible. And I can give you a zillion reasons as to why fashion industry is not meant for me. And why can I give those reasons? Because of the fact that I am unwilling towards this industry. I cannot answer those 3 questions of what, how, and why in relation to that. However, there are certain other things which I dream of, and I have my own plan towards that. And that will help me to be willing and take that next step. Remember, friends, that success is possible for those who are willing to walk that extra mile. So, how far do you plan to go for yourself?